Testing my mic. Testing my mic. Okay. It's picking up my voice. That's the important thing. Although I'm not hearing all game sounds right now on my headset. Test, test. Nothing's... Let me check my sound balance. Okay. Now I hear stuff. Just starting up a little early today. No idea who will show up. This is a new time slot. There we go. I don't know if that got fixed. I wonder. This annoying weapon. Yes, it's fixed now. Sweet. Ugh, so stupid. They need to fix that bug. Come on, Bethesda. Get it together. Don't see any busted up robots. Okay. I don't know where he thought he was going. Not like he's coming up here at me. I'll hit whatever it was. Just keep goofing around till people join. See if anybody has anything I can help them through, mod-wise. I'm not a life coach. It's got to be modding related. Let's try not to get stuck again this time, guys. You're robots, not statues. I don't even know where the other three are. There's one. Should probably eat something. How do you assign Mark II, Mark 1, 2, 3 to boost packs? You have to upgrade them like every other piece of armor. And Mark 1, it just means standard. Let me go to my crafting room without falling. Mind the pillows. No, you go to the armor crafting bench or loot your thing, but then you trade it in for a Mark II here at the armor enhancement table. So if you've got a boost pack that's Mark 1, then it'll turn into Mark II. Yeah, it's the same thing. There is no Mark III for armor. It's just Mark II is the highest. Yeah, not a problem. Oh, that's right, I moved it upstairs. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Little buried potato. I'll move the potato. I did have time to play. Sorry, pardon, my character's pooping resources. It'll stop sometime soon. Yes, the lulz update is quite lulz. Very useful. In an annoying yet funny way. Yes, you can make a resourceful bathroom. She always looks so depressed. Cheer up, Lynn. Did you see that? I don't know about Legend. I'm just happy people like the mods. Is anybody having any other issues I can help them with? Actually, those don't count as potatoes lessons. They are actually legit resources. Just pretending to be potatoes. The adhesive toilet paper is my favorite. Board the ship mediocre patched up. Water. Oh, well, yeah. Ice Pirates is better thought of in your memories. I tried rewatching it with my son, and I couldn't even get through it. I loved it, but when I first saw it in the 80s, thought it was awesome, hilarious, all that. But like the adult today rewatch value is very low. Kind of like Krull. I liked Krull quite a bit when I was a kid. Always wanted a set of action figures for that movie and everything. Like I wanted a glaive. Tried watching that with my son, couldn't do it. It did not hold up. Now, maybe someday we'll find out how to make a giant black mountain that teleports around a planet and has a monster inside. You'll have to go kill it with a melee weapon. You know, like Krull. That would be funny. I don't even know if this game could handle something like that. Oh yeah, I'm not talking about like doing a giant grab drive animation over top of a whole mountain or anything. Ghetto Ghost Bethesda has always relied on modders ever since we started attacking their games with player content. David Tyson, I believe that if any modder that tried to add this rifle into the base game without you paying for the content would probably get banned from creations and maybe even pursued by Bethesda because it is considered paid content. So, some other modder may give that a shot. I am not going to. It would be very easy to do, but I am not going to do it. And I would not recommend any other modder do it, actually. I don't think I have enough pillows. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of legal consequences. I mean, like if I wanted to do a paid creation, paid creations can't even have dependencies. Like they can't depend on other mods. They have to be complete standalone. They have all these rules about it, and any paid creations you have to submit in a proposal, get that approved, then do your work. Yada 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 yada. Technically, they're supposed to also do QA of every paid creation before it goes to the market, but I have my doubts that that's being done diligently. What do you mean, do I have the Mark II on? I don't understand what you mean, lessons. Oh, no, no, this is the Umbral Assault Armor from DarkStar Manufacturing. It's a two-piece set, the helmet's separate. You get it by completing all of the research in DarkStar Manufacturing. Since that is now optional research. If you turn on VIP mode, you don't need to do it. Not for the normal crafting. But I'm also going to be working on some additional rewards for completing that research probably later this week. No idea if I'll be able to get them done this week and released this week, but I've got some ideas for other things I want to add. Yeah, and it's got 7 different ranks, Mark 1 through Mark 7, depending on your NG plus trip count. Mark 1 doesn't require any NG trips. Yeah, that's why when I walk inside, that's why the helmet disappears. Because I have the helmet set to hide in breathable atmospheres. But yeah, I'm going to be doing probably an Umbral Assault melee weapon. This is not it, but thank you, Shane. But I'm thinking of a pistol and a melee weapon that will also be available eventually as rewards. Maybe some apparel. The goal is that between this mod and Astrodynamics, when you do decide to go to NG Plus, the blow is softened because you'll get, you'll have access to good ships right away. Cheap outpost building to get ready to build more ships by just dropping a terminus for credits. Inexpensive, if not very profitable shipbuilding if you turn on VIP mode for Astro. The free gear from this if you do the full research. And then of course if you want full cheat mode, you just run community lulls and get free food, free drink, free resources. basically trying to take the grindy stuff out of the game and to make it more palatable to go through New Game Plus and treat New Game Plus as another game mechanic rather than some big dreadful thing. The particle core piece at the weapon crafting station, you have to do the research first. But you only do the extracted particle core one time, and that's to do the research. After that, it's DarkStar weapon particle core. And the weapon particle core, not the extracted, is the one that you need to make Mark III weapons. You need these cores, not the extracted cores. You only need one extracted core. No, they never update automatically. The update all button is supposed to work, but currently does not work for all mods. And it will randomly work for some mods and then stop working for those mods, those same mods. So the advice right now, every mod author should be giving, is to manually delete, re-download a mod to force it to update. It's a Bethesda bug with the creation content catalog thing that they've got going on. It's annoying as hell. Yeah, this is the component, the DarkStar weapon particle core, that Mark III or vial weapon crafting requires. Not the extracted one. The extracted one is only for that one research. So if you make extras, you'll just be selling the extras because they have no value after the research is complete. I did not want to force players to constantly burn Varun inflictors in order to make Mark III weapons. So I added the ability for you to just craft particle cores with the research. I've had have a glitch where the game crashes when saving. Larry, that's usually a result of form ID bugs or a mod conflict. The heck? There we go. Not the most accurate weapon. Wow, that sucks. Boost pack assault problems. Sometimes it doesn't aim well. Doesn't let you aim well, I should say. Had that problem with pistols too. Larry, if you come to the Discord, we've got a lot of people that are kind of load order experts. You can show them what mods you have, and they'll tell you what order to load them in for optimal performance. So if any of y'all are doing all this crafting, you're like, where do I get cesium? Look at all this cesium on Huygens 3. Huygens 3. Larry, you have to actually click the reactions in the code of conduct channel to agree to the rules of the server before you can post. Dinobot will automatically promote you to the correct rank as soon as you do that.
What is that? was. They're gone now.
No, they're not. You just can't find them. What was that? Yeah, it's a fatality. That's what it was.
Secure the area.
Secure the area.
Get in position. Failure. Distraction. Holding position.
I don't even know what Starborn power I have equipped. Void form. Who needs void form? Might as well have some fun with it.
Investigating.
Investigating from where? Where are you? A duck kill?
Secure.
Okay, upstairs.
What the?
Oops, missed.
What the? Contact! Right in the arm.
Right in the arm. He took an explosive duck to the arm. Who says Grendel aren't useful in the in-game? You could say I ducked him up. I think the last time I saw one of these facilities was on Jemison. When I was testing the DarkStar trainees maelstrom. Didn't even get a chance to call for help. Come on. Oops.
Just get started, please. Whoa, back up.
This one's mine.
You what? I can't say.
How hard is it to take this girl down? I felt that one.
Where'd the other guy go? He just run off? Hi.
Payday. Let's go. I'm going for it. No. No what?
Yes!
I had somebody coming into the comments one time saying that all of the Mark III weapons couldn't be controlled on full auto, that they weren't accurate, you couldn't do anything with them. Like, this is full auto. I'm having no problems.
Must have scattered.
Don't see anybody else. Oh, down here. Okay. You're inside something. It's probably a door down here that I missed or something. So I'm using the Ebon Guard 1, 2, and 3 right now, which require 20 new game plus trips. And level 130, I think, for the max one. So they're high end.
Knew I. Ah!
Yes, it is. Oh. There you go. This character's got some levels on you. And lots of skills. But this is the first character I created back on Xbox back in September. Got to like old 260, 270-ish before I got a PC that could handle the game back in January. And I was mostly playing casual by that point anyways. But this character also did 100% achievements in the game on Xbox, and God, I think I had like 2,000-3,000 hours played by the time I got the PC. Switched to PC Game Pass and then Steam. And then I started making mods. My second character is like level 192 or something like that. I don't know. Hold on. So yeah, Archon is 193. Fog is 63. Drista was created for testing. Vex was created for testing. Kane is my speed run with the Maelstrom. So if you look, that's 12 hours played. He was level 85. Yes, they do. All mods are always active if you want. Creations doesn't support multiple profiles, so like you can't have one profile that's one character, one profile that's another character. You'd have to do that. At PC, you can do that kind of thing with batch files and multiple plugin.txt files. But if you want different characters to have different mod packs, you have to disable and enable. So the recommendation would be completely close out of Starfield, launch it, check your load order, set it up for the character you want to play, and then load that character, which is tedious, but right now there's no good solution to that on Xbox. No. Lessons, Z. Nope. Lessons. You won't hit meme status until you outpace community member Outrageous. Outrageous breaks their game more than any other members of the community combined. That's why Outrageous has earned the Discord nickname, the Nuclear Option. I think they've had to reformat their system, their entire computer, 3 times since they joined Discord. And the Discord's only been around for about a month. So that should tell you something. And speaking of the Discord, we're at like 550 members as of today, just before I joined this. So... and for everybody that complains about glitched parts, this is the base game landing bay. Just glitching on its own. Nothing merged into it. There should be, and that's kind of I think everybody that's an Xbox player that wants to be able to run different mods for different characters should be submitting feature requests to Bethesda every single day until they implement that. They need to fix the way creations cache. Creations need to be saving the actual ESM file that they're linked to, not the download link. Because the download link can change if a mod author needs to move a mod or if they need to merge it. So that needs to be a different thing. And then on top of that, they need to make sure that the version numbers are being downloaded to the console and PC properly. Right now they're not. So that's why the update button doesn't work for a lot of people. I had a period of time where it worked for DarkStar Astrodynamics. People could click the update button and it worked just fine. And then the next time I updated another version, it didn't work anymore. It's not my doing. That's, this Bethesda's doing. So they need to fix that bug too. And they need to add profiles for Xbox players specifically. It'd be cool if it worked for PC too. But PC players have options. But you should totally be able to set up mod profiles per character because you need to be able to choose, I don't want mods ever on this character. Keep this character achievement friendly. And right now you can't do that. All things I would be doing if they hired me.
What is it?
At this point, I wouldn't mind being hired just to help work on their creation system and make it work better.
You've got something for me?
Sure, Sarah. How's that? Is that better? I should probably, take a companion with me. They're all starborn.
Need me for something, boss?
I bet you're here for more small talk. Let's get this show on the...
Here we go. Let's get Betty to throw some duck grenades. I mean, I've talked to some BGS employees, but it's not like I'm currently looking for work. I have a really good paying day job. So the reality is, I would work for them, but only if they let me work after hours part-time. Because I know for a fact they can't afford me full-time.
I knew we could take them.
What happens when you try and start a new game, Jonathan? I also can't relocate to work for Bethesda. Unless they're going to buy me a house. Which I know they're not going to do. Black screen after credits is usually because some mod is conflicting with what Bethesda's trying to do. If you're on PC and you're running any SFSE mods, turn off the SFSE mods before you walk through the Unity. So like you step in, and then do a save, exit the game, turn off SFSE and all SFSE mods, go back into the game, not through the SFSE launcher, but through the normal Starfield EXE. And then, once you walk through the Unity and you're in your new universe, you turn on SFSE mods again. That's why I stopped using SFSE mods, because I kept having that problem come up. Plus, I didn't really see the value in most of them.
Initiating combat.
Definitely chew through ammo with this thing. Who thought that was a good idea? No, I don't know how to fix the UC vigilance, sorry.
Show yourself.
You could try coming to Discord if you aren't there yet and give us your load order and what mod you're running. We can help you figure out if a mod is causing that to happen.
I didn't have high hopes, but it turns out this place isn't so bad.
Let's see, all the pillows despawned when I left. Of course, there's a missing activator now. I don't know where that went. It's not under the bed. Oh great, can't get it back. Eh. I don't know where that pillow activator went. Says I've still got one built. It has vanished. Oh well. It's probably underneath the hab somewhere in the ground. Too many pillows and it fell through the floor or something. But I came in here for ammo crafting. Wait, what does this Grendel even use? Is it 7.77 or... Yeah. Adam in. Welcome back finally. Tell me you've seen the Community Lulz mod, Adam. Tell me you've seen the ducks that I've given you. Oh whoa, all the ducks disappeared. Looks like several of my activators despawned because of bugs. I don't recall seeing your comment. You're very welcome. Sure. What do you want to know about DarkStar manufacturing?
You looking for something?
Your ship is way bigger than Dad's.
No, Rudiger Smoot. Switching to third-person view when you use the workbenches is a Bethesda bug with custom workbenches. It's not specific to my mod. It's any custom workbench added by any mod will have that effect. Nothing I can do about it. I spent days trying to script a way around that, and it just will not behave. And it was a problem in Fallout 4 also with custom workbenches. It's just part of their engine. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, anything like that, if it's frustrating you, I promise it's frustrating me. So I routinely, every couple of days or so, I'll go back and try and think up a new way to force those workbenches to filter content better and all that. Like, you don't even tell a workbench what recipes it has. The recipes say, I belong to this workbench. And that's part of the problem with all of these different mods that add stuff to the industrial workbench and how that floods every custom workbench out on the planet. And that's because we have no control over the menu that pops up. The workbench is either an alchemy style workbench or it's not. If it's alchemy style, that means you're crafting. I did not make Fallout 4 mods. Not published. I did a couple little tiny little things on Nexus. But it was just like early on somebody published a thing that was fixing the floors in different player homes, and they didn't do it well, and like the whichever home it was in the baseball diamond, and I did an alteration of their mod to fix the floor. Little things like that. Some guy published a suit of armor and it was bugged out and I fixed it. That kind of thing. Nothing big. Well, I know there's a lot of good mods out there, not just mine. Some of the people that are doing the good mods now have been modding multiple Bethesda games for a while, for years. Other people like me, while I didn't have a lot of, like Skyrim or Fallout modding experience, I did do a shitload of add-ons for Elder Scrolls Online, and I've been a software developer since 1992. So. Yeah, there's a couple people talking about the filter framework in the Discord. A couple have used it and say they like it. A couple of people were talking about maybe trying it. I haven't used any of that stuff. What I've been trying to do is find a Papyrus is the internal scripting language in these games. So it doesn't require script extenders or any of that. I've been trying to find a Papyrus mechanism for controlling which recipes show up in the workbench, and for even just spawning the workbench menu on demand and then populating it with recipes. But I can't even find good commands to do that. Like the whole interface for how it's spawning the menus is kind of hidden from us, and the menus themselves are written in Shockwave Flash, which was created by Adobe and sunset by Adobe, turned off and non-supported in 2007. So, 17 years ago they stopped supporting that technology. Legendary Recycler, if you're getting it to work with my mod, then that's great. Kudos to you. It's not designed to work at the same time. Yeah, Superman, they treat the Starborn suits like normal spacesuits, so they'll take them off when they're in breathable areas. Just like normal. I didn't force them to live in it. It's just their default spacesuit. They wear it like normal spacesuits. Yes, every menu in the game is Flash based. All of them. If it's user interface, it's Flash. Like I know where the Flash files are for like the industrial workbench menu. I know where they are. I just can't find any reference to them in the game files or any scripts to be able to pinpoint how's it spawning the menu. How's it saying this is the menu you're supposed to show? The research for 1-inch punch is from DarkStar Manufacturing, and you then should be able to craft it onto a weapon, but it has to be on a Mark II weapon. Mark II or Mark III weapon. I have no idea. I haven't used Galactic Chunk Recycler. I hate to keep saying it, but you could ask on Discord. There's 550 other people over there. Somebody's bound to have used it. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I'll show you. I don't know how well it's going to show in here, but this is my mod list. So I just installed this last night because one of my skill challenges got bugged. But my Vulture patch, so all of my mods. And then Clutter V2, Better Shit Parts, Snaps and Flips, Smarter Spacesuit Auto Hide, Shades Immersive Looting. And then 3 Bethesda mods. That's it. Justin, I do not personally support running DarkStar Manufacturing with the DM Legendary Module Recycler. Some people do so successfully, but they are mods that effectively provide the same service, which is controlling which legendaries are on your weapon. So my recommendation in those cases is always going to be pick one, run that one.
Well, I'll be damned. There's something worth seeing on this planet after all.
Whoa, you! They aren't paying me enough for this! Ah! I need you to keep your head down! Ah!
Oops, sorry, buddy.
Mine.
Get this!
Take this!
What?
She's killed him with a duck grenade. You go, Betty.
This hardly even counts as a fight. You're in my way.
No, the separated stuff right now is only going to be in manufacturing. I have plans for things I want to add to astrodynamics and manufacturing, but I need to pick a cutoff time so that I can start work on robotics. So there's a couple minor tweaks that I want to make to the two mods in the next week or so. But then after that, I'm going to have to say, unless there's a major bug, if it's a small thing, I'll leave it sitting so I can focus on robotics and start building that
Don't
mod.
mess with me,
Because that one's going to take a lot of work. And then most of my weekly updates like this there'll be support for general mods and my mods, but I'll also have to just, use that time to show any cool things that I'm working on, give progress updates, things like that. Because it's going to be a lot of work. It's probably going to be several months of programming. Got to do audio recording, custom graphics, tons and tons and tons of quest scripting.
We got the drop on him. You ready for the fight of
so
your life?
the desire for robotics, and this is all going to depend on my ability to pull off what I want to pull off. So keep that in mind. But what I'm going to try and do is make it be a fully voiced, full game reactive, custom companion, and a AI learning weapon that also talks. Some special companion controls and stuff like that.
Just give up!
For some special devices that Robotics is going to introduce. Think kind of Ryujin-esque kind of technology. That'll give you some hints. And then some outpost things, upgrades to robots and stuff like that you can build at your outpost, things like that. But because of all of the extra content that I'm going to have to create for that one, software licenses I'm going to have to pay for and buy, voice actors I'll be paying, that one will have to be a paid mod. No way around it.
That all you got?
But we'll have to see how that all pans out.
Now look at you! God damn it!
So that's going to be the first one that costs me money to produce, in addition to just time.
You're done! Cover me!
And then you can expect by the time Robotics comes out, there will be a DarkStar Universe optional mod that will tie the three together, or all of them together. So,
Get in there!
like I mentioned earlier tonight, you can't have a creation that is a verified creation, i.e. paid for, that requires other mods to be installed. They all have to be standalone. So to that end, I'll have to do a separate mod that says, okay, run this mod if you have astrodynamics, manufacturing, robotics all installed. and it will unify the three of them and add extra features on top. So, but Robotics is also going to introduce some more difficult encounters is also part of the goal, and maybe even upgrading some NPCs to make the universe a little more dangerous in response to you having access to the robotics stuff. We'll see how far I can take it. I don't want to step on a lot of the other mod authors' toes, but there's things I've had planned since January that I'm gonna, that I thought up over November, December, that I want to still pursue and see how well I can pull them off.
I'm out of here!
Oh, you're out of here. It's not the way you planned on it. See, it's no longer your worry. That's me. Wicked the problem solver. Yeah, one of the first things I've got to figure out is, can I make a weapon that that spawns like vocal interactions like an MP, like a companion does. Like, can I script a weapon like a companion and have an AI intelligent speaking weapon in Starfield? And then if I can do that, can I make the weapon self-mod and upgrade itself and change style? Like, have an interaction where you're like, hey, I wish you were a sniper rifle, and have it install sniper rifle components automatically. That kind of thing. All in a custom, like, robotics manufacturing bench. Like a special device you build at your base that'll be just for that one weapon. Kinda ish, but far more involved is what I'm shooting for. Like, I want a weapon that you can technically pick up at the lowest level possible and have it, scale with you all the way to, like, into your 300s. And countless NG runs, and, travel with you in the New Game Plus and all of that stuff. And I've got the same kind of grand hopes for the companion as well. Yeah, it's gonna be everything's based on quests and then Papyrus scripting, and I've been working with a lot more Papyrus and learning more of how they do things with that. Scripting itself doesn't scare me. I am a software developer, have been for a very long time. My career is 32 years old, so none of that worries me. It's more about the special nuances with the quest engine and getting things to trigger the way I want when I want. I don't know why I bother looting digipics. I never use them. Yeah, and oh, I don't want to pick you up. Where was the door out? Oh, it came in through the roof. Yeah. Oh, you're very welcome, Tristan. I'm glad when I hear people that say that, my mods or anybody else's mods help brought, fun back to Starfield. Because this game has a lot of potential. It's just, I don't think they had the time to deliver on the potential. You know what I mean? I think they hit a certain point where Microsoft was like, it's enough, get it out as it is. But me, like, Robotics is going to be my smaller quest-packed mod, and I'm hoping that one, well, I'm hoping I can get it to around 40 hours of questing, which would make it equivalent to something like the Vanguard quest line. Don't know if I'll be able to hit that goal, but I think if I can get the intelligent weapon working, and the companion working, and then some outpost-based quests and maybe a point of interest or two, I think I can fill it up and give you a lot to do, and add a lot of depth to the game. And again, the same philosophy that my mods have of softening the blow for traveling into New Game Plus, making that less of a daunting thought and more of an encouragement thing, you know? So leaning right into that same thing of, hey, here's this suite of mods that'll make it, you know, worthwhile to go through New Game Plus and give you a reason to want to, and take some of the pain away from losing the stuff you've gathered, and, you know, things like that. Well, I think Bethesda's long-term plan has changed a bit over the last couple months. I mean, I'm confident they had one. I just think that with the way modding has worked out, with the way the community response to their Trackers Alliance thing and everything else, I think at the end of the day, they need to find a way to continuously make money with their game so that it's profitable to continue to make content. I just don't think they were going about it necessarily the right way the first time around with that Trackers Alliance Vulture mod. I want to pick your lock.
Turn around and leave. Now.
I appreciate that. I have a whole story I want to tell with these mods. And they're really going to start kicking in with Robotics. That's why I want to get that one done. And then the story will continue into DarkStar Industries after that. And then DarkStar Terminal Dawn to finish off the storyline. And that's a common theme on the Discord too, Larry. There's a lot of people that are like, I never went to New Game Plus until I got your mods, and now I'm on NG50. Like, yep. Because you dangle that carrot. You know, that's what people need. The game Bethesda didn't provide you a good reason to do it, which was my first initial frustration with this game. Yes, there's things I could pick apart about the main story quest, the different companion quests, and yada yada yada. I could pick those apart all day. I don't find it fun to do so. So I just decide, okay, I'm going to let them entertain me at the level that the game developer designed them to. Okay, I'm good with that. I can suspend disbelief and yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, don't give me a tool that says, okay, walk through this portal into the multiverse and now do everything exactly the same as before with no extra rewards. That's BS. That was the first thing that really ticked me off. I'm like, all right, fine. I'm the type of gamer I am. I'm going to do the power grind on every character that I play long term. But that doesn't mean I enjoy that power grind, 240 identical temples, and that's if things go perfectly well. You usually end up doing a lot more temples than that because it's not like it gives you just the temples you need. It gives you every temple in a random sequence. when you get that power from Beyond quest. So by the time you get done with the power grind, you're like, okay, what else is there? And then you look down and you're like, I stopped getting new armor. I don't get any, the new ship sucks. And that stopped at NG6. So what's my reason for going into New Game Plus other than just resetting my game because of bugs? So I did a few dozen different NG Plus jumps just to try alternative versions of each of the different quests, the different ways you can do the different Ryogen parts, and the different ways you can do the UC Vanguard and SysDef and CF and the whole 9 yards. But like, that's all there was to it. There was no reward for doing it. There's nothing substantial that any player that cared about stats or gear or any, we like those little dopamine hits when we achieve things and when we acquire things, and none of that was there. Yeah, this is my original from release. And she needs to eat, apparently. Yeah, anyways, that was my original motivation for the game, for modding, was add content where I felt like the game skimped out. That's why all of the DarkStar Astrodynamics ship parts start unlocking as the game vanilla parts stop unlocking. That's why you get new ship parts when you go through New Game Plus that continuously upgrade through multiple NG Pluses. That's why DarkStar Manufacturing takes the equipment beyond where it stopped for the base game. Right? The original stats for standard, calibrated, refined, advanced are unchanged on any piece of gear by this mod. But I add more beyond that. I keep the game metrics going with the same power curve scaling that they had in the base game. So I just, I'm trying to fill a void that I felt was left by the original developers. And I haven't talked to anybody inside Bethesda. I don't know if they hate me for doing that. If people inside Bethesda play my mods, I have no idea. Yeah, and the NG Plus hidden debuff that they didn't tell anybody about, which I actually appreciate that they do it, but it's also not a configurable setting, and I think it should be. And I think it should go well beyond NG10. I think that you should be able to turn that on and off, and I think you should be able to scale it up and down in its level of impact. And it should keep going to like NG100. But then again, that also presupposes that the other stuff you're gaining warrant a debuff. And right now they don't. Like, the Starborn powers are cool, but really, unless you're talking about using phase time to gimp your way and god mode your way through encounters, none of the powers are strong enough to warrant a debuff. I'd say, if anything, your skills have a greater impact. These skills have a greater impact on your strength as a character than Starborn powers do. Like, a far greater impact. By the time you hit this kind of skill level, it doesn't matter what armor you're using or what weapon you're using, you're gonna beat content, even on extreme. But it's not about it's not about having the best in slot weapon. This isn't, but it's fun to use. But it's only fun to use because of DarkStar Manufacturing. You know? Oh, that's one thing I'm going to be adding probably this week. I don't know when it'll go live, but I'm going to build more of these cores as options. So it won't just be an amplified particle core. I'm going to do a focused particle core and some other stuff like that. So I'll give you the option to have higher damage or slightly higher damage with better range and accuracy, that kind of thing. That's what I'm working on next. See, I don't think the debuff is all that necessary. I like the difficulty that my character's sitting at, which is I'm on extreme with NG10 debuffs. I just personally, I think that debuff should go beyond NG10. I think it should keep scaling all the way to NG100. Because this character is, let's see, get AV player unity times entered. Yeah. $65. This character is on her 65th New Game Plus. So the penalties that I'm under should be different than the penalties you're under. And in fact, like, I don't feel like every single universe should be like where you walk in and everybody's your level. I appreciate that person that did that mod for that, but I feel like there's more flexibility built into the game mechanics with the whole multiverse thing. Right? Maybe you walk into a New Game Plus, and in that universe they're all your level. You walk into the next New Game Plus, and in that universe they're all lower level than the vanilla game. Right? Do like variations that are randomly rolled when you walk through the Unity. And then that gives you more reason to go through the Unity multiple times. And like, oh crap, I found a universe that's super high power. Everybody's kicking my ass. I'm gonna stay here for a while. You know? Give you a reason to continue that multiversal exploration, which is supposed to be a major feature of the game. And I do have some plans along that line of thinking for the future. It won't be in DarkStar Robotics. It'll be in a mod beyond that. But I do find that there's a lot of people on social media that see screenshots. It's like I get somebody that's playing this mod, my mods, and they get really excited and they take a screenshot of one of the weapons that they've just created. And they'll post it somewhere like Facebook. And then everybody, oh my god, that's too overpowered. That takes the fun out of the game. Because they aren't using the mod, they don't see the level of work involved in getting to that point. They don't understand the effort you put in to get to being able to craft, you know, a freaking Mark III super high powered, you know, Grendel. They don't know, without using the mod, that this enchant, Avant-Garde 3, requires level 130 and 20 New Game Plus trips in order to be able to install it. They don't know that. They just see the screenshot and go, that's absurd. That's overpowered. You know, they're not looking into the effort it takes to get there. And they're also unaware that enemies can fire relic weapons back at you. So while DarkStar Manufacturing wasn't intentionally built to be like a make the game harder kind of thing, it does by default make the game slightly harder. You can kill faster, but so can the enemies. And I will be adding more stuff like that in the future. It's just I don't respond when I see stuff like that because I don't want to start some type of argument war. And I'm not a salesman. I'm not out there trying to make a sales pitch for people to quote unquote buy my completely free mod. I just, you know, it is a minor frustration when I see people complaining about something they don't understand just because they see a surface level screenshot somebody got happy and posted. And then, of course, that, deflates the person that posted the screenshot who, they were just happy that they had something cool. And then the whole community's like, you suck. You're playing easy mode. You're cheating. That weapon's overpowered. It's like you aren't allowed to be happy that you got a cool piece of gear,
Good spot for an afternoon off.
Yeah, I mean, to get full access to everything that's a split answer. So the best custom proprietary legendary weapon enchants, the Evangard series, requires 20 New Game Plus trips. So there's that. But there is armor for completing the Umbral Assault armor for completing New Game Plus, for completing the DarkStar manufacturing research. This is completely maxed out versions of it. This is the Mark 7 suit with full legendaries and fully modded at relic level, and it requires NG50 to get this version of the suit. Same thing with the helmet. So, and then the DarkStar Astrodynamics also has Starborn armor scaling, which takes the Starborn armor and keeps it going from beyond NG10, keeps it going to NG50. That's accessible here, Starborn armor scaling. And then once you have that turned on, going into New Game Plus, you can get the higher powered sets of armor, or at the Starborn Services terminal, you can buy. And as you can see, since this character's on NG65, I have access to the max level, which is NG50, and you can see the base stats there. So if you want the best in slot, min-maxed, ridiculous, absurdly powerful armor, yeah, you can keep going to NG50 to get that. So right now, my two major mods, Astrodynamics and Manufacturing, will continue to reward you to NG50. Let's put it that way. But the recommended minimum to get the best weapon legendaries is NG20. But even then, that's completely unnecessary. You can get, I'd say 95% of the manufacturing mod requires no New Game Plus trips at all. And half of the Astrodynamics mod requires New Game Plus trips. And most of that stuff, the ship parts, top out at like NG6 or NG10. And yeah, I mean, again, like I said before, the levels and the skill points are going to make you feel absurdly overpowered no matter what you're using. So gear becomes kind of a fluff piece at that point. There's at no point, since I passed level 150, at no point have I felt weak. Even just fresh out of the Unity wearing... I didn't go to New Game Plus until I was level 100 on this character. And I just kept wearing the Starborn suits. I never upgraded my armor in any of those playthroughs. I've never felt the need to. So just running around and like, you know, total armor on the character was like 250, 300, and I felt just fine. There was nothing I couldn't do. Especially once you start pegging out your physical tree. You know, you start getting these all maxed out, and cellular regeneration and rejuvenation and all that stuff. You can survive almost anything as long as you're not playing recklessly. But it's those little dopamine hits of, oh, I just earned a new piece of armor. Oh, I just unlocked a new thing. You know, it's inspiration to keep playing, inspiration to push higher levels, inspiration to push higher in new game pluses. That's all. I don't think anybody that's playing with the full manufacturing mod and everything unlocked, I don't think any of those players feel like they have to have this gear in order to survive the game. It's more of they just enjoy what this all brings to the game as continual rewards. Continual, you know, depth of customization. Like, you could take any of the weapons and downgrade them in this mod. Be like, yeah, this is too powerful. I'm going to dial that back a bit. And set your game up how you like it. Yeah, and Tristan, I'm going to be adding more customizations to that armor in the future. So the version of the Umbral armor that's out there right now is just the starting point.
Hostiles in range.
I'm all over this.
An actual base assault. Look at that.
All circuits reporting unknown errors.
Better try again.
Error. Shutting down.
Pinned down. Try that on me.
Get it over with.
Firing.
Problem solved. The Umbral armor is modular. Just the two-piece, though. Backpacks, unfortunately, are merged in with the chest plate. So they can't be a separate piece the way the armor combines itself. Not without some customization I wasn't ready for at the time, but there will be more. I'm going to be working on some potential ways to customize this armor further. Change the look a bit or whatever. I can't say specifics because I don't know what's going to work and what I'm going to have to change my idea on. That's creepy. What are you doing here? Yeah, I think it was with TN's modular starborn armor or something like that. I mean, it's a valuable mod, but it's not really all that functional in combination with DarkStar manufacturing, unless somebody was to make a patch for it. Which, you know, I'm not going to stand in anybody's way. If you've got two mods you like, or another mod you like plus manufacturing, whatever, feel free to watch the tutorial videos I made and make your own patches. Publish your own patch. Right, that was a little creepy. Like, why do they spawn right next to your bed? Also, why can't I drive this, Bethesda? Come on. Not specifically. Z Ogre did a patch on Nexus for some Cryozet stuff. I think it was the Cryozet Mantis V2 or something like that. But he was already a member of the Discord community. So when I did the tutorials and all for patching, I actually sent him the tutorial videos early. He prototyped them by using them as instructional to, or the first one as instructional to get going on making a patch. And then he needed help with some of the armor stuff, so I jumped in on his patch and helped him with it and filmed it and sent it back to him, and he did the rest of the armor. But it was more of a, hey, help me vet this tutorial series. Make sure it's enough information to get a mod author going. So he did that for me. Adjust my mod? No, because the Gravisuit is another mod. Yes, it was made by Bethesda, but it's a different mod. It needs its own patch. And I am not going to I'm not going to create a patch for other mods to work with my mods if I'm not going to use those other mods. I'm not going to use the Gravis suit ever. So I'm not going to make a patch for the Gravis suit because I'll never know when it breaks. What you want is somebody that's going to use both mods to then create the patch. That way they know if it's broken and they can do the fix. I learned that lesson the hard way when I created a pile of patches for the original version of manufacturing to patch there's a whole bunch of Cryozet stuff. I think 20 different suits of armor he made and clothing. And then there was a whole bunch from Inquisitor that I patched. And it was a nightmare because I didn't use any of the Cryozet stuff or any of the Inquisitor stuff. I was asked to create the patches. I was like, sure. I went and created the patches. And every time I needed to patch that stuff, that was days of effort, reinstalling all of their mods, getting them all working again, getting all the patches stuff, testing all the patch stuff, and then uninstalling all the mods and updating, a bunch of different individual listings on Nexus. I ain't doing that anymore. That's a nightmare. If I was to walk down that road, I would never be able to publish another mod again because I would be stuck in patch hell. Because the moment I do something like Gravis, then people are, well, can you do Cryozet? Can you do Inquisitor? Can you do Zone 79? Yada, 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 right on down the line. So if I'm doing a patch, it's because I use that mod. I use the Vulture stuff, and I wanted to use the Vulture stuff as my tutorial video. So I filmed me patching the Vulture stuff as the tutorial videos so that other mod authors could watch my tutorial and say, okay, I created a suit of armor. I want it to work with manufacturing, so I'll publish a patch to work with manufacturing for my armor. That was the hope. Now, Bethesda's not going to create a patch for the Gravis suit to work with manufacturing. That's not what they're about. But, like I said, I'm not going to use the Gravis suit, so therefore I'm not going to be the one to create the patch for it. And no, I'm not going to make manufacturing require you to have Gravis suit in order to install manufacturing. That would cut out tens of thousands of current users who probably don't have the Gravis suit. Mario, if you can post your load order on Discord, we've got plenty of people that can help you find out what's going on, what's causing it. Jeez, Betty. Just spawn on top of me, why don't you? I have no idea where my robots went. Oh, they're all over here injured. From that Crimson Fleet attack.
Please wait.
Why doesn't that
Generating
require
suitable
components, by the way?
Hello,
That should
traveler.
require components, shouldn't it? Like at least 0 wire or something like that. Maybe consume a tool.
This unit is performing a software update. Please do not attempt further conversation. Because I do not experience boredom, I excel in the performance of menial tasks.
I click through too fast. Or is it under stools? I think it's under stools. Yeah. Yeah, it still thinks I've got those other ones built. But they fell through the planet. They fell through the tables, through the floor, through the ground. I wonder if they're down there, like TCL down and see them. Oh, what is that down there? Look at that. You see those squares down there? Under everything? Also, look at the foundation for the landing pad. It's ridiculous. Yeah, those activators totally vanished when the zone reset. So that's fun. I'll have to see if that's repeatable and if I can fix it, or just take the limit off so you can build new ones. Because that shouldn't be happening. That pillow was right there. Actually, you know what? It's all of the activators that were over here are the ones that bugged out. I had the burger on that table. There's no burger on the ground. No burger in the hab. And no burger underground. It's just gone. It disappeared. Oh well. Alright, I do think I'm probably going to end the stream here. I've got some things I'm going to work on this week for astrodynamics and manufacturing. Like I said, I'm going to try and shore those up so that nothing else needs to be worked on them, and I can focus on robotics. Because it's really what I want to be working on right now. There's a lot of learning curve for me there. A lot of experimentation with quest triggers and chaining quest dialogues and stuff, and getting a companion to react to different quest triggers across the game and affinity events and all of that stuff all over the place. So wish you all the best. I do have a support stream scheduled for this Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, or it might be 11 a.m. Eastern. It's the schedule's on Discord. I just go by that. But, you know, the support streams will continue as long as there are people showing up that need help with things that I can help with. Otherwise, it'll just turn into a dev progress kind of thing. But I appreciate you all. Thanks for your kind words. And if you need help and I sent you to the Discord, I'll be looking for your posts there. And we'll see if we can get you the help that you need. But peace.